President Biden's push for a temporary gas tax suspension is putting him at odds with his own party. Some lawmakers saying a suspension will cost infrastructure projects and bring minimal savings for consumers. And here's a look at some of the highest gas taxes in our country. Pennsylvania at the top of that list, 57 cents per gallon, followed by California at 51 cents and Washington at 49 cents. All right. Let's bring in today's Rush Hour Roundtable, where we will discuss it all. But first, of course, we want to introduce you to the panel. We have Candace Benbow. She's a theologian and author of The Red Lip Theology. Jason Rantz, host of the Jason Rantz Show on KTTH in Seattle. Elaine Swan, lifestyle expert and author of Let Crazy Be Crazy. Elaine, I don't know if that's a personal attack or what, but, and finally, Nichole Berlie, co-host of the radio show Hammer and Nigel Afternoon Drive Show on 93.1 WIBC in Indianapolis. All right, panel, thank you so much for being with us this Friday. Big question here, is the gas tax even good in the long run? Is it worth having, or should we just get rid of it altogether? What do you think, Jason?
Well, it's definitely not good in the long run unless you significantly change the energy policy. Right now, the reason why it might be a good idea is obviously it saves you some money. But as you just pointed out, for example, in Washington state, we have a governor who's not going to get rid of the state gas tax. So 18 cents is not going to help all that much, but it will potentially drive up the cost in the long term because we just don't have enough gasoline. The Biden energy policy has basically been to shut down as much of the domestic production of oil as humanly possible, which then, of course, impacts the global market. So unless he makes that significant change there, this isn't actually going to change anything. It's going to make it worse.
Candace, what do you think?
Look, I put $75 in my car the other day, and I am convinced Jesus needs to come back soon. So if this is where we are, we got to think about what we need right now. And if suspending the tax is going to give us a reprieve right now, with the fact that we have food, the cost of food is rising, the cost of living is going up, people are not being able to keep their homes, every little bit helps. And so if we can save something at the pump, because I do not want to pay $75 again, if we can save something at the pump, that is what's important.
But what if we're only saving, let's say, $3 or maybe $5 a fill-up? I mean, it's something, and yes, it adds up. But in the long run, is that $3 really going to make a big difference, Elaine?
I think that $3 will make a big difference for many families right now. When you're looking at that $3 to $5, it does add up over time. And right now, many folks need a reprieve. They need some sort of relief. We have inflation. We're paying more for eggs. We're paying more for chicken. We're paying more for everything. And so if there's a way to give some reprieve to families right now, then we should definitely take it. And we're a smart country. We can figure out what we need to do over the long haul, especially as we're thinking about the infrastructure and so forth. This is billions of dollars that's not going to be spent in one lump sum. So we can definitely figure out what to do in the long run in order to help families right now.
All right, Nigel, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, the way I see it, Biden's got two problems. One, like you mentioned at the opening of the segment, prominent Democrats, including Senator Coons of Delaware, his buddy, has backed way off this. And so the gas tax holiday proposal is kind of a flop. The other problem is, yeah, short-term relief, maybe, but that doesn't answer a long-term problem. As a matter of fact, you take away this gas tax, it's going to drive demand through the roof to a product that we're in short supply of. I was talking to an oil and gas industry expert this week. His name is Jay Young out of Dallas. Biden's oppressive energy policies are actually making the oil companies record profits right now, if you can believe that. Biden needs to rescind that executive order he signed in January of 2021, canceling the pipeline, canceling the drilling and the leases, and laid massive regulations on refining. Drill, baby, drill is the long-term solution.
Well, Nigel, I want to go back to something you just said. You say, if this tax is rolled back, it will drive demand up. But this is America, Nigel. I mean, Americans love their cars. We love to drive everywhere. So is demand really going to go up that much if the tax were to be repealed, even temporarily?
Yeah, of course it's going to go up because the supply is not there. I mean, we at AAA I read a stat that we're going to see record road travel over the summer. Yes, for sure it's going to go up. And by the time the gas tax holiday ends, the 18 cents kicks back in. It's around the midterms. And I don't know if the Democrats are going to like that. I don't know if they thought this through very well, that more taxes, the tax is going to kick back in right around the time we're going to have to be voting in the midterms.
Well, Elaine, Candace, I want to go back to you because you both said, any relief will help at this point, and at least it's something. But the fact, let's go back to what I did say at the top of this, that there's a lot of Democrats, so people within Biden's own party are saying that maybe this isn't such a good idea.
Well, yeah, there's some who are saying it's not such a good idea, but the key is to just figure out a plan. We're a smart country, like I said. This is not rocket science. We have to figure out what to do for people today, and then also look at figuring out a plan for the long term. It's not impossible. We just
know what to
have
do.
To get to where we agree.
But we know what to do. We have a supply issue. And so you have to address the supply issue. And unless you do that, you're not going to make any difference at all, not in the long term, unless you're talking about long term, decades from now, because obviously there can be solutions that are tech driven.
Right. In my opinion, it's less of a supply issue. And I think right now we're seeing greed with these oil companies. I think they're taking advantage of this. This gas has gone up high. It's as soon as they were able to blame their price hike on something else, that's what we saw. And I think that's what we're seeing. And I think this is where
that's not based in any data. With all due respect, that is not based in any of the data that we actually have. We very clearly know that it's a supply crisis, which is why we knew that we were going to get at least $4 a gallon before the war in Ukraine by Russia even occurred. There were a whole bunch of different things that were happening at the same time, including China getting back into the swing of things, which obviously drives up the demand. Then on top of that, we had, on our part, we stopped producing oil. When you stop producing oil, you are clearly taking away the supply from the global demand.
So Nichole, this is the kick the can down the road blame game that we hear so much on whose fault is it? Who do we blame here? But the reality is that we have got to figure out what we can do to save people money right now. And
produce oil.
If this tax help folks not pay $75 right now, right? Like if we can figure out something right now, if we can get an immediate plan, an immediate reprieve while we work on a long-term solution, that people are not asking you, when you go out and people are talking today, they don't care who's responsible. They want to feel relief. And we got to figure out how folks can feel relieved.
All right, panel. I'm going to have to stop us right there. We've got a lot more topics to get to. This is obviously something that can't be solved. But yes, I would say we all agree that we've got to figure something out because, again, we are all paying these sky-high prices. And for some families, it's really having an impact. All right, panel, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.